Welcome back to the channel, Westside Wallboy 22, back with another banger. Today's video is another video for one of my classes. Today's video is about the movie Coco and its effects and the symbolism and basically what does the movie Coco mean to the contemporary Chicano, right? So I want to start off by showing these videos.
Much anticipated Ash Trevino body cam footage has been released, and dude, strap in because it is hilarious.
What's going on?
You understand you have an active felony?
Like father, Jenny's new man is allegedly being exposed for already cheating on her. No freaking way.
Gave you everything was mine is yours. I want you to live your life, of course.
Well, that was short-lived. Wendy and Alabama Barker have already fallen out, it seems. Apparently, Wendy forgot about Alabama Barker and has gone AWOL on her, not responding to her messages or her calls, just dodging Alabama's friendship.
No, Wendy's not coming. Wendy doesn't answer my texts anymore.
That is absolutely not.
You can see these videos that are from Snapchat. They're super oriented towards just drama and, as I would call it, chisme. So these videos are pretty much terrible for the Mexican American people. They are created by Mexicans, but they only talk about drama. They only talk about controversy. They don't talk about positive things going on. Everything is a criticism of somebody. Everything is a drama. Everything is talking bad about somebody. And the reality is that these are the kind of content that we're consuming on a regular basis, and it's some of the only widely, easily accessible Chicano content on the internet. So basically, you know, even our own people are just feeding us content that is demeaning to our race, that just frames us like we're chismosas and chismosos. And the thing is that that's just no bueno. That's not what it's going to take for our culture to evaluate where it's at realistically, and it's not going to be what it takes for us to elevate, okay? Because before we elevate, we have to be able to evaluate. So a movie Coco is so profound because it offers Mexicans a completely new opportunity to define its culture to American audiences, to Chicano audiences, and audiences all over the world for that matter. But the idea is that this is ultimately a positive reflection of who we are as a people, right? Because there is this conflict about this loyalty to the family, about how important it is for that father to have stayed with the family, right? And because, you know, when we look at Mexican history and we see, we talk about the La Malinche, and we talk about these different concepts of a lack of true national parental, you know, it's a true embrace between our fathers and our mothers. You know, we look at Cortez and we look at La Malinche, and we talked about today in class, right, where this conflict is still unhealed in many ways. But in some ways, that conflict has become the embrace of who we are. So, you know, so this parental conflict that they deal with in the movie is a very realistic thing that you might encounter in a Mexican household. And it's a relatable story that ultimately it's cross-cultural. I mean, everybody knows what it's like to feel like they're in a family who doesn't understand them. But ultimately, you know, Miguel goes through this journey and he finds his actual grandfather and he brings him justice and he gets him on the ofrenda. And, you know, it's a story of self-realization, you know, of recognizing that maybe we don't always have the full picture, right? Maybe there is always more to the story. And that's important for us to recognize because, you know, in a history like ours, which is so complex, you know, it's not fair for us to look on the history as it's been presented to us with a one-size-fits-all lens, because that's just not the reality of the situation. You know, it's a lot more nuanced than that, and I think Coco offers us a great window into that nuance, into what it means, right? So I have a great deep appreciation for the movie. Also, you know, I have a personal love for the movie, and real quick, I'm gonna sing for you un poco loco, because if you're watching this video, obviously you're someone who's pretty awesome. So what color is the sky? Mi amor, mi amor. You tell me that it's red, mi amor, mi amor. Where should I put my shoes, mi amor, mi amor? You say, put them on your head, mi amor, mi amor. You drive me un poco loco, the way you keep me guessing. I'm nodding and I'm yesing. I'll count it as a blessing that I'm only un poco loco, un poquitito loco. Okay, great. So I'm at school singing that, but I just blessed everybody with some great audio. So anywho, Coco's great. It has great content, and it's a great reflection of our culture. And it's colorful, and it's about religion, and it's about combining cultures. It's about the West. It's about the Old West. It's about the Indios. It's awesome. So shout out Coco.